doing what it's supposed to. Okay. Supposedly it is going. So if somebody can hop over on our YouTube channel real quick and just confirm it's live streaming, then we can get going here. Is that going to be Lori? It might even be Chris of the Northwest. He's a YouTuber. That's scary there, Mr. C and W. Seeing as though you kind of, I don't know, you're a YouTubing guy. Oh, Joshua's here. All right. I just admitted him, so we've got everybody. Is it going? Okay. Sweet. All right. And Joshua is joining us right now, it looks like. So we got a full staff. You don't see today's what? There's I don't. Okay. Everybody's here, so let's go with it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and call our business meeting to order for March 15, 2023. First of all, welcome everybody to our, well, potentially, for some of us, our final board meeting. For others, it'll be kind of an introduction to you. For the new folks. So anyway, thank you all for giving up part of your Wednesday evening to join us. We're going to quickly go around the horn here and do a quick roll call, starting with Lori, our secretary, Seebeck Tribe. And Vicky of the Supernauts, representing the Southwest chapter. Karen, representing North 48. And Peach of Washington, our treasurer. Present. Are we in Washington present or are we? Yay. All right. Outstanding. All right. Sounds like fun. Awesome. All right, let's check in with Jean, representing Cascadian chapter. Jerry, Martin 5, Inland Empire chapter. And Mr. Wino, Seattle, our illustrious VP. Along with your friends, I see that. It's not surprising. All right, representing the PS chapter, Puget Sound chapter, Chris of the Northwest. Joshua, Confused Zombie for the OP chapter. Benjamin, Texomane, South Central chapter. All right, and then we have a couple of guests that we need to acknowledge. Obviously, they don't need to be present. We're just going to introduce them real quick. So we have Wasurf Gabe, who is our incoming Southwest chapter rep. And then he is present. And then we have Jackie, Princess Trouble, who is going to be stepping into the VP position. She is also with us as new incoming members. Okay, with that out of the way, let's jump right into approving the previous board meeting minutes that Lori so graciously put together, and I thought that was pretty nicely done. Is there any comments on those minutes? Does anybody have any comments or questions or anything on that? All right, perfect. Well, we need to approve those minutes. So we need a motion and a second. Okay. Okay. Let's go around the line here. We'll start with Lori. Do we approve the board meeting minutes from January? You approve? And Vicky? Karen? Annette? Jean? Approve? Okay. Jerry? Let's see. Winos? Antoine? And Chris in the Northwest? Joshua? And Benjamin? Okay, great. All right. Excellent. The minutes are approved. So, Lori, when you get an opportunity, up on the website for us at some point, that'd be fantastic. Sure. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to jump into the treasurer's report. Annette did some nice work on the financials. Things look actually pretty nice over there. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Right. Yeah, 7114. Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, that. And I have that up on the screen so you guys can see it, by the way. In case folks who did, especially the new folks that didn't get a chance to see it, but there it is. Well, having that income from the port is kind of nice. Okay, well, I'm going to stop sharing that then. Is there any questions for Annette on the financials? Yeah, I saw that. What's it showing on there right now? Because it should just be showing the Zoom thing. I'm not. I was sharing that off of a different screen so the financial report was not actually being broadcasted out. So it was over on this screen, over on this side. So. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, because it's showing the Zoom screen on. I have two monitors, so it was the screen that I'm not sharing is where the financial report was at. Okay. That I will have to monkey with over here. Say something, Antoine. Okay. I may have to mess with this here. Output capture. It's at 100% though. A hashtag for this. I didn't think we did that. It's copyright. Oh, well, we don't want to do that. We don't want to infringe on any copyrights here. That wouldn't be good. Is that one also? Has that one been trademarked as well? Yeah, I'll be fixing that. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I changed it, but for whatever reason, it's not saving it. So I have to go in after the fact and change it. I don't know why it does that. Okay, I am... It's the output capture. I had to... It seems like every now and then I have to monkey with this. Yeah. Hang on. Output is here. Oh. Spaghetti microphone. Here's the. So you can hear it on YouTube. Is that what they're saying? It's just low. Is that? So they can hear other people talking, not just me. Because that. Okay, so that's a different issue then. All right. As long as they're able to hear everybody and not just me, because that means my output. But everything is. Hold on. Okay, I dialed that up to 100. Everything's at 100% for the output. Okay. All right. Well, we're good. Okay. Let's move on. Okay, so the report's fine. No. Yes. Oh, for the chapters. Yes, go ahead. Okay. Oh, right down here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we were doing rollovers. I don't believe that was something we agreed to. Right. Exactly. Yes. Yeah, we made that exception. Exactly. I remember that. If he doesn't. Was there somebody else that had a question on that as well? You got. Well, go ahead if you got a question. This one just goes back into the general fund. I don't know. We've never really talked about that. I mean, if it's in the general fund, I mean, it's not like we blow through our funding every year either. Exactly, we would. Yeah. So if there was a request from a board member for an expenditure for XYZ dollars for whatever, whatever the item is, then we would talk about it and, vote on it. But that money that's earmarked, that is on this list here, it's already accounted for essentially. So there's no voting. You just, as a rep, if you want to hold events, let's say you're in the Puget Sound chapter, you've got $830 to go and spend for the year. And you don't need to. All you got to do is just send the request in to Annette, and she'll reimburse you. We don't have to vote on any of that. So that's essentially allocated free and clear money for the reps to use as they see fit. Do with it however you want. Okay, any other questions? I'm going to stop sharing the screen here since you guys all should have that. But again, I'm putting it up mainly for Gabe and Jackie, who would not have this, so you guys can see that. Oh, okay. Well, cool. Yeah, it's good to have it up on the screen just so it's right there in your face and you can see it. Okay, anything else on the treasurer report? Okay, we can move on down the line to membership, which is Miss Lori's area of expertise. So take it away, Lori. Very nice. Cool. Any questions for Lori on the membership stuff? I think she's done a fantastic job keeping tabs on it. You're gonna miss doing membership, I think. All right then. We'll leave that at that. Okay. So any questions for Miss Lori? And that's what events are for. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. Is that for rough corn? Because he's saying he didn't get a coin. Can you send him one? Yeah, if you can. Here, there we go. I muted him. Okay. Right, then we gotta mail them out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can work on that, Karen. I mean, ultimately, they should probably go to merchandising and be sent out. If you want to get them to me somehow, or I can meet up with you. I'm trying to remember where you live. You're up north side of Seattle. I'm probably going to be. I might be in that area tomorrow. I'm not sure. Oh, that's right. You're out of town, so that ain't even going to work anyway. Okay. I'll connect with you on that. We'll schedule a time where I can get that from you and get those out. Yes. Yes. Go ahead. There you go. And also our sign up forms. There's one page of it that actually gives you the benefits of being a WSGA member, which would be great talking points. If you want, I can send you. A scanned version of that, so you can see the membership form. Which you really, we ultimately want people to go to our website and sign up. But there are those old school types that would just like to hand the money over and fill the form out. But oh, well, there you go. Perfect. And it has that benefits. It's basically, it used to be a 2-page document, and we ended up putting them, one side was the membership form and the other side was the, this is the benefits. And you can take that document and use that at events and, talk up the benefits of, membership and supporting the organization and all that, which would be great for new reps to know, how to sell the organization, how to sell membership. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, I'll email those out to you guys. Email membership form. Yeah, I mean we can make one and stick that on the form. That would be really easy. So it said here, scan it. Yeah. Okay, cool. Great ideas. All right, so I'll get those out to you guys. Okay, anything else on membership before we do the chapter check-in, which is our next item here? Okay. Let's go ahead and check in with our reps. So who should I start? We'll start with Jerry, because the Inland Empire's buzzing as always over there. What's been going on in your neck of the woods over there, Jerry? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty good. 30 people. Yeah. There you go. You would think that dangling that member coin just to show up in an event, wouldn't that be enough? It'd be like, yes, I get a bonus. Right, instead of having to mail it. Yeah, that could be annoying. There you go. Okay. Well, sounds like things are keeping busy over there, which is great. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Well, that's such a beautiful county over there, too. Such a neat area. So it would be awesome if they could put something together like that. Cool. Awesome. Well, you'll have to keep us informed as to what happens with that. Because we can, of course, always try to promote that and other channels. You know, I'm thinking Chris of the Northwest, maybe. You know, Washington. Well, there you go. Just gives you another reason to spend a little time there. There you go. If you're gonna make the trek all the way over there, you're gonna get more bang for your buck if they've got this other challenge. It's a beautiful country over there, though. It really is. Cool. Well, thanks, Jerry. I appreciate you giving the heads up on that new challenge. I hope they can make it work. How about Karen? 48 up in the northern reaches. Speaking of north. Yeah, he did a lot, didn't he, in the past? You gonna work? Are you gonna work San Juan County too? All right. You know, I was just over in Friday Harbor here a couple weeks ago to get the. I didn't make it to Orcas, but I did make it to San Juan and spent a good solid most of a day over there, getting not only the Geo Tour caches but also the adventures and. Right. Outstanding. Okay, well, thanks, Karen, for checking in. How about the Supernauts down in the Southwest? What has happened down that way? Kind of like an introduction to the new chapter rep. That's a great idea. That That's great. Well, and the nice thing is you've got geotour caches that you can do while you're out running around and hosting events. So it gives you a chance to kind of see the area too if you haven't been able to do that. So that's cool. All right. Well, great. I love that idea that you guys are going to do that. That should be fun for the chapter faithful for sure. All right. Well, let's check in with Benjamin and the South Central. Hopefully he can give us an update on if he has some intel on the Tri-City Coin Challenge too. That'd be kind of cool. If he's willing to share. He can't. Okay. And remind us when that is. It's in June. I know that. Okay. Oh, good. Kind of go back to kind of the original format. Cool. Wow. That's all right. A tour of the chapter, though there's probably some areas that holding an event in Starbucks would be interesting. Oh, is that just that? Oh, okay. Well, that's on Jerry then. He has to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Garfield. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sure that, especially with having a big event like that, that a lot of the, a lot of cashers, especially the locals, will show up for that because it's such a huge event. So even if you got to wait a couple more months to get those out, at least you're going to have an attentive audience for sure in late June, and you can hand them out, which is great. So, okay. That's right. That's he's doing that in Yakima, isn't he? Cool. Well, it sounds like it's pretty busy. Which one? The Yakima one? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah, I wonder what's going on with that. Um, I can. Yeah, that'll be. I've not. I think I've noticed that too, though. You're right. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, I can. I can check in with Terrible Tees and see what he knows because he usually does the routing for the cash machine. So I haven't heard anything on what's going on with that cash machine. But you're right. I mean, it's under the 2 week window. So if it's not published now, it's not happening at that time. It maybe they're going to put it in April. I don't know. But anyway, I can find out and see what I can come up with and let you know. Okay, anything else, Benjamin? Okay, great. Well, thank you for that. Let's see. How about Chris in the Northwest? I know I haven't talked to him yet. Okay, so what's going on in the PS chapter? Oh yeah, that's right. All right. I remember seeing that event pop, and I can't remember where it is. Oh, it's in the chat. There you go. All right. Cool. That there is. Cool. Yeah. Go figure that one out, huh? What is there to do except look at statues of old communists and rocket ships that are looking like they're blasting off but don't have an engine? Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's check in with Josh and the OP. Yikes. That's a beast. That one's a beast. There's great. There it is. Oh, look at that. That's great. Well, I'll have to put her on your wife on a contact list for challenging puzzles, because Seattle's known for that. Unfortunately, there's some really beastly puzzles around. So if she's one of those people that have no problem taking on some of these tough puzzles, then and Fleer Mouse's puzzles aren't exactly a cakewalk either, so. That's a great idea. Love that. You guys have been rocking it. Cool. Well, it sounds like you guys have been busy. It sounds like really everybody has been, so that's great. It's kind of tough to keep things going in the winter time, when the weather isn't always so nice, but all right, so did I miss anybody? I'm trying to think if I missed anybody here as the reps check-in goes. Oh, Gene. Forgot Gene. Thank you. Okay, quiet over in the Cascadian. Yeah, I hear you. It's been a little rough, especially over there. Okay, well, daylight savings will help kind of warm things up, hopefully. Good idea. Yeah. You can always look at the feathers. It's just an idea. Just tossing that out. That wouldn't be a bad location. The feathers area, Frenchman Coulee. Oh, really? Some people fallen? Oh. It's such a lovely area, but, you get all those, the free climbers that are, oh, geez. That's a bad area to have an accident because you're not really close to too much of any medical help out there. So it's kind of, Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll move on to merchandise then, which I don't have much to talk about on merchandise. We've had a couple of, I think we had a sale of a shirt here just not too long ago. So it's been fairly quiet on that. So I don't want to go too much into the merchandise. I think Lori talked a little bit, or Annette talked a little bit. We had a little bit of sales, but as she said, it's kind of been quiet. We have been, and I didn't put that on here, did I? I did not. The Geo Tour, on the other hand, has been fairly busy. It seems like almost at least once a week I'm sending out a coin to somebody who's finished 3 of the Geo Tours. So that's been heating up, and I think I told you guys last time we did have somebody finish all 7 of them, and that was Go Warcat. She is the first and so far the only one who has completed all 7 and earned that second coin. And she was so thankful. She put a nice little sticky note on her the last 3 of her or the last 4 of the passports that she turned in, that she really enjoyed our Geo Tour. So I just told her, I said, thanks for the kind words. We really appreciate that. And we're glad you enjoyed, getting out and visiting the state during the winter. So anyway, did she? That really surprised me that so I was not expecting anyone to finish them all in the wintertime. I was really thinking this would happen more towards the spring or summer. And she was so excited. She messaged me saying, I'm sitting at my last 4. And I'm just like, I can't believe you completed it. So anyway, obviously we're getting a lot of interest still, and people are out doing it, and I'm starting to see more and more passports coming in, and I think that's going to really pick up as we get further into the spring. So what I'll do for the next meeting, I will reach out to Jeff, Gear Guru, and get some updated documentation for the Geo Tour, so you can all see how each chapter's each chapter's Geo Tour is doing. So my original plan was to go every other meeting, so we have some additional or new data to show. So I will continue to do that, so that we can keep track of that and see how it's going. But I think it's definitely going to pick up, obviously, as the weather gets better. So any questions for me on anything merchandise wise and or Geo Tour wise? Actually, I think we've already over 20, 22, 24. I think I've handed out 24 of the Daybreak coins. And so I think 24 people have at least finished 3. And then just the one person doing all 7. So I'll update on that again next month or next meeting. The next thing on here is outreach. And actually, one of the things that I'm going to do is, you guys know I'm stepping down. Antoine is taking over as president. So I was going to say this is going to be further down in the agenda here, but one of the things I was going to continue doing is do outreach, and I actually had an outreach event actually last night. Sort of an old long-term WSGA member, a guy by the name of Joe McPherson. He is a counselor at Cascade Elementary, which is just down the street here for me. And for the last several years, I've gone over and done outreach during their STEM night that they do every year. Except they haven't done it the last couple of years for obvious reasons. But finally, they had their first one in about, I want to say 2 or 3 years. Actually, I don't think they had one in 2020. So it's been about 3 years since they've had a STEM night. And so they had their first one in a while last night. And Joe reached out to me and asked if I would attend their STEM night and set up a little geocaching table at the elementary school and show off some of the cool geocaching containers that I have been hanging on to for display purposes only, and I got some pretty cool ones. And so I attended last night and had a bunch of geocaching brochures, handed those out, talked to kids, talked to parents, got quite a few folks interested in geocaching. So it was a lot of fun, and it's like I said, it's been a couple of years since I've done this. So it was kind of nice to get back over there and see the kids, and I think they just had a lot of fun. So anyway, that is my outreach report, and like I said, going forward, I'm going to continue doing outreach for the organization. That's something I've done before, and had turned that over to Antoine. But I'm going to continue doing that and manage the Geo Tour as well for the organization. So you guys aren't going to get rid of me that quickly. Okay. We can just slide right into old business if there's nothing else that we want to talk about. So the elections and results are in. So we're just going to recap everything. Obviously, again, we've got Antoine as VP or as president, so he's going from VP to president. We have Gabe, who is going to Surf is going to be our new Southwest chapter rep. Well, okay. We can talk about that later. I want to kind of get through this bit here. So what we'll do is, so Gabe is going to represent Southwest chapter, which is fantastic. Thank you, Gabe, for taking that. And, thanks to the Supernauts for, being in that position for all those years, representing that, little corner of the state down there. So we appreciate all that you guys have done down there. It's just been, you get. It's a long time. So how long have you been caching? Has it been the same amount of time or even longer? Oh wow, okay. You and I have been at it about the same amount of time. Yeah. Well, then the whole phone app thing just blew up too around that same time. So you didn't need to carry the GPS unit if you didn't want to. You can just play the game on your phone. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, welcome, Gabe. I think you're going to be fantastic. And again, you've got a wealth of, obviously, you've got a long tenure as a geocacher anyway, but of course, you got a good group of chapter reps as well as board non-chapter rep board members here that can help you if you've got questions. So welcome to the board for sure. We appreciate you being here. Then we need to sort of reintroduce Jackie, Princess Trouble, who is going to be the new VP. Jackie, for those of you that don't know her, she actually was the president of the WSGA prior to me. So I think we're very, very lucky to have her come back and be involved with the WSGA and the VP role. So Jackie, if you want to just say a few things for those who don't know you, I can't imagine there's probably nobody on this board that doesn't know you, but who knows? Maybe there are. Josh may not know you. Somebody might. Deniability is everything. Yeah. So obviously a very experienced cashier, and again having to be being involved with Geo Woodstock here in Carnation in 2010. That was quite a feat to put that on, and then of course the involvement with all the CoinFest events. So Jackie's she's no stranger to this. So it's just great to have her here, and I think most of you guys know her anyway. So I am so pleased that you're here and you're going to take over as VP. So thank you, Jackie, for doing that and stepping in. And it was good to see you today, by the way. I know that was sort of an odd thing, but I just happened to be delivering a package to her neighbor's house, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if Jackie's home. So I got to visit with Jackie for a little bit today, which was nice. So anyway, so those are our two new members, though. Both of these two individuals are no stranger to the geocaching community in Washington, so that's fantastic. So anyway, that's the election results. Any questions on that? We've done our introductions. Is there any questions you guys, the rest of you members? You old timers, you old salts here. You guys have any questions for either Gabe or Jackie? This is your opportunity. If not, we'll move on to my next item here. Right. But I kind of see him as, I don't want to call him an old salt, but he's been on the board for a little while anyway. But yes, we should welcome him, even though he was officially, he filled in, took over for Patrick's tenure when Patrick stepped down, and so now he's officially got his own tenure position going forward. So it's like welcoming an old friend. There we go. So anyway, thank you, Benjamin, for stepping in and helping, picking up for Patrick, and then continuing on as South Central rep. I know we're in good hands down there with you and your involvement with the community, so thank you for that. Okay, moving on to the old business. The last item is the cash machine, the WSGA cash machine, which I guess is what we're going to call it now. We talked a little bit about this back in January, our last meeting. And basically this was an idea that came up as to what we were going to do, since we weren't really going to do the APE event at this point because it didn't make mega status for this year. So we were going to take a different route, and the cash machine idea came up, which I think is a fantastic idea, and we're just going to run with it. So I know we were kicking around a location, and I want to say Wenatchee area. No. Mm-hmm. No, last conversation was we were looking at Wenatchee area, and I think having it in Gene's chapter is a great place to kick it off. Why not? You still got the sun out there, and which is a bunch of caches, and mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there he is. He's muted though. But yeah, that's not a bad. I mean, there's no rule that says it has to be a state park or anything like that. And actually, a go ahead. and maybe getting some ideas of private campgrounds. I'm sure, I don't know, Annette may have this information, but I'm sure there's like a website or a publication or something of I don't know, like Good Sam, if that's even still a thing. The Good Sam camp. They always seem to have like a directory, which is probably now a website of like various campgrounds in different regions of the country. And I mean, there's got to be something out there that doesn't have to be a state park. And I don't. It never really had to be. I think we were just kind of migrating to that. Mm-hmm. That would be nice. Yeah, having a if we can get a line on some area, and again, I think were we set on. I mean, I think we were talking Cascadian though, right, Antoine? Mm. And those two towns that you just mentioned are very much touristy towns, and in the summertime, both Chelan and Leavenworth. Good luck in finding a campsite. That I'm sure even as a private campground goes, you have to book those group sites way in advance. So that may not even work. I mean, not now, but maybe down the road sometime. But okay, well, so what we're going to do, one of the things that Antoine sent an email out, and I think everybody got that, which has to do with committees. And this whole, the WCA cash machine really kind of folds into one of the committees that we want to essentially make. The events committee is one of them, which falls perfectly in line with with the cash machine, but also a merchandising committee, which kind of goes hand in hand with the events committee. So we're going to have an event. We likely are going to have merchandising, whether it be shirts, coins, etc. So these two new committees would have a chairperson, and we would have various board members and non-board members, but general WSGA members involved in or could be involved in those committees. So we wanted to talk about that first. And Antoine, I can let you kind of run with that. But the idea is we don't want to go back to the way it was where one person was in charge of an event, like the APE event. You know, we had the APE event committee or the APE event coordinator, you know, one person running the whole thing. And so that's why we're looking at it at an event committee where there would be a group of people that would be sitting on that committee and would be involved with planning the WSGA cash machine. And then on the merchandising side, having somebody, you know, manage our coins, for instance, coming up with the artwork for that coin. And if we do a new t-shirt or merchandise or some other item that we want to add to our store, we would have a merchandising committee. Would there be a chairperson, and there would be a couple of folks or minions that would be a part of that committee. So Antoine, I think I covered everything, but do you have any more to add on that? That's great. Yes. There was another one that we were looking at as well, that we would have our web manager, our webmaster, be essentially the chairperson for, and then have a couple people that would be involved with the back end of our website. Any things that we changes that we want to do, or any problems that come up, that again, it's not all on one person, but potentially other people that maybe have some background in our website that can help with some of these things that come up, which unfortunately they do. So those were the three main committees. And if you take a look at the bylaws on that, of course, any new committees would have to be basically the president would come up with the idea, and then essentially be presented to the board, and we would all, well, the president wouldn't, but the board would approve those committees. And so that's what we're going to present to you guys right now. Is I'm going to put this, and maybe we'll just do if you want to expand on the reasons above and beyond what I've already mentioned, go for it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and the idea, and again, I thought for the events in particular, I always thought that one person should never be doing that thing. And you look back at some of the successful ape events, like there's Jesse managed that one, and I think she tag teamed with Abby. I think the two of them kind of did it that one year. But I mean, those are big events, and if you're trying to coordinate that, it's just, I don't know. It's just a lot. So, yeah. And then that the last ape event's a good example of why we need to have, it's not just one person, it's a group. And how that group functions would be up to that chairperson. If they want to say, okay, you're going to be doing this task, you'll handle this, and so on, so be it. And then ultimately, we would have agendas, like a standing agenda item would be, the event committee chair would stand up and update the board, where we are with our cash machine event, how's the planning going. Same with merchandise. We would be, merchandise person would be talking to us about the coin for the members that is coming up and how that's developing, and in new ideas for merchandise. Again, that person can update the board, but that person would have a group that would work with that chairperson on merchandise ideas and so on. So anyway, I think it's a great idea. So what I want to pose to the board is I want to establish, what I would like to do is establish these 3 ongoing committees. And we're not going to necessarily pick the chairpersons right now or even pick people to be in those committees. What we want to do right now is just establish them. And then from there, we can work on actually, funding these committees with a chairperson. And obviously, anybody on the board who is interested in serving on that committee, they certainly can let us know, or in this case, it'll be Antoine. But we can bring that up at a future meeting as to who wants to do what and where and all that. So right now, all I'm asking you guys, the motion I'm going to throw out is that we establish an events committee. So basically the question is, should we set up an events committee, a merchandise committee, and an online slash tech committee? A simple yay or nay, because we do have to put this to the vote. That's what it says. It's in there. The board has to approve the committee. Yeah, so essentially the committees, and maybe we can write this up formally. And you kind of, Antoine kind of did that in his email. I should bring it back up here since I don't have it in front of me. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, Antoine. Antoine, if you want to bring that up, I'll work on this tech issue for a minute. All right, so events committee and merchandise committee, you've got them all nicely spelled out in the email here. Well, I have it up, and I'm also looking at why this thing is not doing what I want it to here. So Oh, I think I may have found it. Oh, here we go. Let's see if that does it. No. Okay, let me try this other one here. Hold on. Can someone on the YouTube thing, YouTube channel, let me know if that's working? Real quick. I think it might be.
Okay, I got it. I found it. Give me 1 sec, guys. Here we go. I'm sorry to bore you, but here we go. Can everybody see this email?
Not now. Yeah, now.
Okay. Okay, it says WSGA committee appointments. You see that? Okay. All right, so very simple. Originally, I thought of the events and the merchandise committee. The events committee, okay, would also potentially have, over the course of time, because we don't necessarily know, subcommittees. So we're talking about an events committee that would draw up and think about ideas, and then go to you as chapter reps and say, hey, listen, what are you guys what are you excited about, and how can we support you? And that would be the events committee. But if one of the chapters says, we want to do a path tag event like on Whidbey, and drums up an awesome idea, then at that point I want to create a subcommittee so that they can work on it, a super small subcommittee so they can work on it, and then get it to the point where it's something that we can review and talk about, and maybe get an approval if we need it, and just run with it. So that is one of them. Not only that, but events also is going to be working with Chris, who's got all the contacts to everyone in the world except for the ones that Annette has. And Chris can create an event in South King County, and if he wants to have the same day event, like Karen always says, let's put 2 or 3 events at the same day with pros and this and that, it'll be great. But if Chris wants to do 2 same events, one on the OP, one in South King County, and then Chris in the Northwest has got one in Tacoma, well then at that point, events, outreach, and the chapter rep can all work together to get either one monster awesome event together with all the help they need, or 3 at the same time. Merchandise committee, man, that's going to be great. So I've already got an idea for who I want in this, and it would be pretty much management of the retail store. And I think you know who you are. And it would also be maybe thinking up in your mind of what a GeoCoin, a great member coin would be, and then proposing it with numbers and pictures and ideas and concepts. Supplier vetting and selection so that we're getting the best deal and we're not paying $3,500 for a logo, right? So, although the logo was awesome and the person was cool too, but and then the last one, like I said, it's not completely drawn out, but a tech committee is probably important. We're all going online. Online orders and purchases in the last 2 years have gone up 380% over 2019. So we need to capitalize. We are a couple steps behind the behind the whatever the American expression for that is. I'm not
The 8 ball.
American.
The 8 ball.
Right.
Power curve, I think.
Yeah, exactly. That works too.
So if you guys like it, great. If you want to ask questions, if you want to criticize feedback, throw feedback out, ideas, I'm here. I'm listening. Actually, I'll even mute myself.
Well, I just think that the committees that we've got lined up here, I think will help just in managing the various things that we do all the time. I mean, we're always doing events, big, small, etc. But if we're going to, especially on the big events in particular, having a committee help put that together so that one person isn't doing it. That's important. Merchandising, I always thought we needed a coin manager, because we're always making coins. We're always going to every year. It's in our bylaws that we're going to make a coin, at least one every year. So why not have a group that's involved with merchandising that coin, finding the artwork, coming up with a design idea, fishing that out to a coin manufacturer, and managing that so that we're staying on top of our coins. And again, not just the coins, but also other merchandising, other ideas for merchandising. So I think having a small group that does the merchandising, and that group would work in conjunction with again, the event committee. So if, we're doing another APE event in 3 years or whatever, that they can get together, both committees can get together and come up with some merchandising for that APE event that we're going to do, or the cash machine that we're going to do. And so again, it's not just one person trying to manage the whole monkey, because it's a lot for one person to do. And then if they're the treasurer, or if they're the secretary, or if they're a chapter rep, for instance, and on top of that, they're if they're managing our event, that's a lot on one person's plate. So having the group, a small group in each of those 2 categories or 3 categories, when you throw in the tech side, I think that just makes more sense than having a handful of people try to deal with it. So that's the goal and the idea behind the events, or the committees.
I love it.
Okay, well, let's.
I also like it too.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. So I'm going to propose that we establish the 3 committees. Again, we're just going to establish them. We're not going to place anybody in those positions yet. Now, obviously, if you're interested in it and you want your name tossed in, we can definitely do that. But first, let's vote and establish an events committee, a merchandise committee, and then the online tech committee that would work with the webmaster. So that is what I propose. Do we, as a board, establish the 3 committees I've just mentioned? And we just need a vote, a yay or nay.
I second it.
Okay, excellent. Yes, Annette.
Are they standing committees, or are they temporary committees?
They will be standing committees, and again, they can be removed at any point.
Right. Okay.
The layers are the election committee is really the only one that doesn't ever go away, because we're always going to have it that just goes dormant for most of the year. This committee, I think, will stay on. And again, if we have a change of the guard down the road and that president decides we don't want to do that anymore, then that's fine. But okay, with that, we've got a second on the motion, so I'm going to roll around the room, starting with Annette. Or not. You blanked out there, Annette.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Gene.
Yeah.
Antoine.
No, yes.
Smack you. Benjamin.
Yes.
Lori.
Yes.
Jerry.
Yes.
Karen.
Yes.
Chris of the Northwest.
Yes.
The Supernauts. Hey, Vicky. Hello. All right, we'll skip over and go to Josh.
Yes.
All right. Vicky, are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, we got a yes. All right. I don't think I missed anybody. Okay. All right. Well, the motion stands. We have 3 new committees that are essentially empty at this point. So thank you all. Now, if you are interested in being involved in any of these committees, definitely think about that, if you're ready to jump in with both feet right now and want to be put into one of those committees, go right ahead. Let us know, and we'll put you in that position, whichever committee you want to be in. So I'll leave it at that. I think Antoine will probably be delving more into this in terms of the formal setting up the committees, and I know he has some people in mind that aren't necessarily board members, but they have to be general members. Still got to be a WSGA member to be on these committees. You just don't have to be a board member. Okay, so the only other new business I had on here was the transfer of duties, and obviously, Lori, you and I need to get together because I have a host of, I don't know, merchandise that probably needs to come your way.
Yeah, I can come over the first week of April.
Okay.
Yeah, spring break.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Bring a truck.
Oh, yeah. I brought it from Eastern Washington. I got the truck.
Bring a truck. You'll need it. All right, cool. And then Antoine, he and I will meet up, and I will give him the launch codes and pass the baton. There's really not too much with that. The merchandise has got a lot more stuff that needs to be transferred out. So, and then obviously it sounds like Vicky and Gabe have already kind of got an idea to transfer the chapter gear from one to the other. So it's great that you guys have got that taken care of already. And then I guess Jackie and Lori will need to transfer the membership side of things, since that's going to be going back to the VP.
Yeah.
Which Lori will be very happy, I'm sure. So you guys have got that all figured out as to how you're going to do the switch. Imagine it's probably all going to be online, I'm guessing. I don't know. Sure, you guys will
Anyway,
figure.
like I said, I got the first week of April off, so that frees me up a lot.
Well, there you go. Okay, I don't have anything else. I really kind of meant to keep this light. Other than I do want to say before we go to a member, well, actually we should just do that now. So in terms of the YouTube thing, first of all, hopefully everybody heard, got the audio fixed. Is there any comments? Is anybody over on the channel and see if there's any questions from anybody that happens to be sitting in on the YouTube channel? Because I don't know if there is anybody.
I've been talking with Karen and JC who are in there, but nobody's proposed a question.
Okay.
I threw out the opportunity to propose a question, and we did have 3 viewers at one point, so it's better than last time,
okay.
which was 1.
Great. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. All right. So since there's no member comment, then we'll move on. So really the last bit here is sort of my my farewell, I suppose, even though it's not really going to be a farewell, but it will be at least in this position. So first of all, I want to thank all of you for these last few years. I think it's been 3 or 4, maybe 5. I've lost track. But anyway, it has been a pleasure serving this board for all these years. And I just want to thank all of you for your dedication and volunteerism for this organization. I definitely would not have stayed on as long as I have if it really were not for the group of people that are here right now, and even the previous members as well, the previous board members. But really, you guys are solid, and I appreciate all that you have done for this organization and what you guys do out in your areas of expertise as chapter reps, and whether you're on the executive committee. You guys have made it a pleasure to be here and to volunteer and to promote geocaching in Washington. So I want to thank all of you for being here and making this enjoyable. I don't think I would have stuck around as long as I had if it wasn't, So thank you all so much. And like I said, I'm not totally going away.
No.
I will still be doing some outreach for sure, and then of course be helping with the Geo Tour, so you won't be totally rid of me. And I can certainly still run the or stream and all that other stuff. We can still use my my Zoom account to run the meetings. I'm totally fine with that. So anyway, thank you all very much. I appreciate all that you've done and continue to do for this organization. So thank you all. Yes.
Thank you, Chris.
Well, thank you guys. You're awesome, all of you. So thank you. So with that, the next meeting, which will be the first meeting of the new board. So, before I go off on that, thank you, Vicky and Brian too, for
Yes.
being the Southwest reps for as long as you guys have. You've been down there for a few years, keeping things going and keep things interesting. So again, thank you both of you for your volunteerism down there and keeping things going. And
Yeah.
It was a pleasure, and we thank all of you, and we look forward to seeing what comes around.
I think Gabe's got some ideas and plans, which is great.
Sure he does.
Podcast episode worth it.
Okay, so the next meeting is on May 17th, 7:00 with essentially the new board, with Antoine running the presiding over it, and Jackie as VP, and the rest of you that are staying in your own positions will be there. So that's all I have. Is there any other comments from anybody else on here before we hit the adjourn button here?
Can I just make a small little proposal, maybe, if you don't mind? And then also, I just have two small comments. Number one, Chris. Oh, and yeah, three comments. Chris, thank you. When I told you that Jackie was willing to take the position of VP, and then I was going to be able to slide into your position, you were going to be able to take outreach. And I heard in the background super loud, "All right," and it was Mama Cat's going, "I'm gonna get my Chris back," right? I haven't seen him on Thursdays for I don't know. John Stanley would say 3 years of a streak. So yeah. So thank you, Mama Cat, for me. Give her a big hug. Tell her that I'm about to commiserate from what Nikki says. Right?
I heard that.
What did she say?
She said that tell her that I'm about to commiserate.
It won't be so bad, Nikki.
Yeah, it won't be so bad, Nikki. And then this. I had a Facebook Messenger conversation with Brian. Vicky's Brian. And I realized how kind you two are. And you guys are really empathetic. And I don't know you very well, and I've seen Brian pissed. And I saw Brian nearly knock out a former board member in a foreign country. And but you guys are special, and I don't want you to go anywhere. And if you do go somewhere, I want to know at least 2 months out.
Sure, you'll be on the top of the list. And to be clear, Brian wasn't going to do anything then. It was we were kind of done with him by then anyway. But he was kind of bothering us at one point in the day when we were trying to talk to somebody else very nicely, and it was a little aggravating. But
I was ready to go on all fours behind his cast and allow you guys to shove him over me. Anyway, that's it.
Thank you.
Okay, and then this. I'd like to propose this. You're welcome, Vicky. We'll do anything for you, okay? Plus, the Supernauts follow me on Instagram. Anyhow, I'd like to ask if, and I'm not going to pressure the chapter members, the chapter reps. I'm not going to pressure him, but I'd like to ask if possible if we can reconvene next month on the same channel, same bat time. And that's only because I feel like 2 months is a long time. And if we're going to recreate an experience for future geocachers with the WSGA and educate the world about us, we got to hit the ground running. No lame duck period. Right.
Yeah.
So I'd like to propose that we pretty much mirror this evening. I promise you all my meetings will not be above 120 minutes. Okay?
You guys heard it.
And if they are above 120 minutes, then at that point you just call out GC 122. And we'll just stop it.
Oh, sounds like a great idea.
GCD or something like that.
Do you have a day in April that you would like to have this Zoom meeting?
Yeah, and I'm open-minded, but right now I'm looking at April 19th, which is a Wednesday, third Wednesday of April, and we could do it at, I mean, if 7 p.m. is inconvenient for you all, we could do 6 p.m., we could do 6:30, 6:45, whatever. I'll be ready. I'll have music in the background and the Tri-Cities suspension bridge.
I can set the Zoom up.
It's not going to be a formal board meeting. It really is going to be, well, I don't know. I don't know if we can or not as per the bylaws, but I'll figure it out.
No, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Certainly, it doesn't have to be a recorded or shared. Live streamed, in other words. So,
Yeah, and I don't want to inconvenience the chapter reps who have just, kind of put it in their schedule that they can do this once every other month. I mean, if you want to come, fine. If you don't want to come, we don't, it's fine. But I'd like to get the board members there. And then one of the other ideas is you guys don't necessarily know what's all inside my head. You don't know what's all about Jackie in her head, too. We have some awesome ideas. We have a member coin that is mind-boggling.
I've seen it,
right?
Or at least the rough of it. Looks great.
Jackie says, "Hey, I'll think of a few things," and then 20 minutes later, she sends me a picture of this, and it's like, I can't pass that up. So it'll make Tri-Cities look stupid.
That's Benjamin's like, what?
Benjamin, you're going to sign a DNA on this because it's not going back to Jen Davis. No way. Anyway, how do you guys feel about that? And Gabe, by the way, it's going to be your answer as well. Vicky, you're welcome to join us if you want.
Okay, April 19th, 7 p.m. How does that
I'm probably
work?
I'm probably gonna hit the road before you get started. I'm probably gonna hit the road because I gotta work at 4 a.m. So it's just a little too late. But thank you guys, everybody, from me and Brian. Appreciate it. If you need anything, just give us a holler. We'll be around. So.
Well, thanks again, Vicky. We appreciate all you've done.
Thanks
Take
to you
care.
and Brian. You were super to work with.
Well, they're the Supernauts, so there you go.
We aim to please.
Thank you.
Brian says he is interested in being the ape in future going apes if there are some. So
okay, we'll keep that
noted.
in
mind. All right.
2025.
2025. Okay,
Signal?
2025, Brian. All right.
Is he willing to jump in as Signal?
Signal? Yeah, I think he would love to be Signal too.
Okay,
Bill loved being Signal at 8. So
we'll call him for Santa Claus, Signal, Ape.
We got a
and
Santa
Bunny
Claus.
Rabbit.
If you need a Santa Claus, Danny, Santa Danny, he's a good Santa. He's been doing it his whole life.
according to Wes.
Funny.
What about a pirate?
Oh, we both did pirates before.
So,
Ren
next
Fair,
year-
the pirate experience, we've done pirates before.
Well, there you go.
But anyway, all right, I'll let you guys talk.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
good night. Bye, everybody.
Okay, so
go ahead.
go ahead.
I was
Gabe.
going to say in the chat. Yeah, in the chat, Josh proposed 6 p.m. Wednesday, April 19th. 6 p.m. works great for me. Yeah, if that
Okay,
works
me
great
too.
for everyone else. Yeah. just a little earlier in the night. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I can set that up on our the Zoom account. And okay. Is that everything, Antoine?
That's it. By the way, I think what I'm going to do for the 19th is I'm going to set up an event at a Mod Pizza. I'm going to invite all geocachers, and we are just going to talk with all of us live with as many geocachers as we can, eating pizza and stuffing their face with garlic knots.
And maybe some suds. Maybe.
Not Mod Pizza. Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. Well, let me let's adjourn this meeting and get this live stream wrapped up. So, again, thanks everybody. I appreciate you all being here. We'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting, and we'll be back on the 17th of May for our next formal board meeting. Thank you.